Well, it's time for an impromptu stream with creative redundancy on this TGIF, but you all can call me the one known as CR. So welcome everybody to this stream, which is very, very impromptu because I literally made the schedule like 3 minutes ago. It's been a while since I went on live, so I figured I'd jump in and see what everyone's up to, since I've been jumping in on everyone else's live stream lately, and hopefully these people that I've jumped in on their live streams will return the favor and join me over here for a little bit of time if they got some time to spare for it. Hopefully everyone's doing well today. Hopefully you're seeing some sun. If you're getting too much sun or heat, hopefully you'll see some of that rain or some cooler weather, and hopefully you see some balance in there. For me today, it is a balance of wind, sunshine, which I'm getting right now. Well, sunny breaks. But I also saw rain. Like, I've been seeing it all. What's up? What's up, Billy? I see you in there. And this is why you will notice this month with the videos this month and the shorts that, let's just say, it's a triangle. So, you will notice that. Because today's video you'll see in about 2.5 hours. It's scheduled for 2.5 hours from now at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, and everywhere in between, alright? Well, I got the 5-gallon bucket challenge update video for today. It's a minor update, but it is still an important update for me. And you're probably like, what do you mean by triangle, CR? Well, you didn't see the last shorts I did. You will notice this theme that I have for this month. That this triangle of things. You will know that. If you're old enough, you will realize that. That's why I did this in a specific way. What's up, Lee? Oh, you're okay. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, I've been working on stuff like this for a little bit. And pretty much all of these videos that you're seeing this month, pretty much I actually did record this month. Because last week, I batched recorded and uploaded a handful of videos / shorts. I think it was like 2 or 3 shorts and 2 or 3 videos right now. And a couple, yeah. Well, I know one of them what I've been scheduling for a while. Today's video has been scheduled since when you look at the calendar here, since last month. And it's already we're almost coming into the end of the second week of June now. There will be, in 2 weeks from now, there'll be another video that I actually recorded back earlier this month. And you will notice a few things in there too. Okay, yeah. I see Billy. Just reading one here. You gotta edit out the simple girl video. Like I've been saying, when I first started the 5-gallon bucket challenge, hashtag 5-gallon bucket challenge video from Outdoors with Big Matt and everyone else that's joining us, right? Like I said, I kind of just made it quick and dirty. The video. Kind of right to the point. Even this week's video is kind of pretty much quick and dirty. Pretty much one take. I just added a few things in there, but because it's more of a minor update. I'd show you guys it, but you guys have to wait for the videos. Because it's a surprise, right? However, depending who shows up, maybe I'll show something else related to it. What? What? For real, dude? That's awesome, man. That's awesome. You get a yippee from CR. Oh, I bet, I bet. I bet that's a major first, right? Yeah, yeah. Well, Billy, I've been trying to grow something in this one spot. For some reason, I'm having a very much more difficult time because I've tried on three separate occasions this year already to grow a sunflower in that spot, and for some reason, I don't know why. I have such a hard time in that spot, and I keep getting this kind of where is that called dampening off? Well, anyways, whatever it's called, where the stem starts to thin out and literally it gets so thin it can't hold up its own weight and it just falls over. And then, well, for anyone that grows anything out there, right? If your main stem, whatever it is, let's say sunflower, tomato, whatever, right? If it breaks or it thins out, like it becomes very skinny, much more skinny, close to the base where it meets the soil, pretty much it's game over for it, right? Because it can't support its own weight. It's I mean, if you think about it, it's just like a straw, right? The thinner the straw is, the less you can take up. I was not using our word, but yeah, take up, right? So I'm like, again? Right? I mean, don't worry, I got plenty of sunflower seeds, but I was just like, well, that was an epic fail again. Like, don't get me wrong, I do have our sunflowers, but it's just this one spot I was trying to grow something. I'm just like, I don't know. So I'm thinking maybe I'll just chop and drop in that spot for a little bit and see if I can improve the soil or something like that. I'm just having a difficult time with that spot. Like, it's a different spot. I never really grew in that spot, but the thing is, that spot is bare, or fairly bare. Like BARE, right? So I'm just like, man, I gotta try. So I've been trying. What's up, Todd? I see you in there. Virtual fist bump to you. I see you in there, man. How you doing, man? See, Todd, you're not the only one that's been having issues, right? I know I explained it over on your I'm pretty sure that's was that a shorts? I think that was a shorts, and not long form content that I saw. Sometimes I'm always like, was that a shorts or long form content? Because sometimes I'm just watching right now. I'm pretty sure it was shorts because I had my screen in the vertical 9:16 aspect ratio. I was just like, yeah. So I've had my own issues with stuff. I mean, I've had issues before with other things, but this one spot, I don't know. It's like, damn it, why can't like, I transferred a sunflower over, and like literally the next day, it's like, ugh. I'm like, not again, right? So I'm thinking there's gotta be either something there or something, because I don't know. I don't have to try something. Because like I said, it looks like the stem's just thinning out. I'm like, not again, right? Because that'll be the third time I tried that already this season, right? Because I had some volunteers, sunflowers, and whatever. I had still had some time. I've been trying to grow something in that spot specifically, right? But I'm just like, I don't know. There's something up with that spot. So like, I don't know. Like, I'm gonna try to chop and drop at least. Yeah, it was just shorts. Yeah. I read that. I read the comment section, Todd, on that. Yeah. They said it was cutworms. Yeah, for your peppers, hot peppers. I mean, it sucks, but I mean, it's part of growing your green thumb, right? I imagine all the popular channels out there that do gardening, right? I can name a bunch and all that stuff, right? They probably have their own issues too. It's not always picture perfect, right? I imagine it's not always picture perfect. Something happens or whatever, right? They might not always share it, right? Because that's the reality, right? Sometimes, you start something and it doesn't always pan out the way you want it to. what did you do, Billy? Dang. Actually, I've been trying to work on that, Billy. Sunflower wall, or at least something along the lines of that. Yeah, well. See, I've been noticing that some people are getting the heat and the rain, right now. I mean, I know we're supposed to be progressing. I said progressing into El Nino, right? So, because even for me this month, like, don't get me wrong, I've seen some sunshine. Like even right now, like I can go outside and show some of it, but in a little bit here. But I've seen some sunshine, but this month, and there will be videos out later showing parts of this because I'm showing it. I don't know if it's next week or the week after. I think it's the week after. I think it's at that fourth week of June here. Yeah, I think I have it scheduled for the 26th. But in upcoming videos, I will show more of it, right? But let's just say I've seen quite a bit of rain this month, which is like in contrast, like totally opposite of May, because last month I barely saw rain. Barely saw rain. Like literally, the only reason I even saw rain last month because it rained on the 30th. No, the 31st. The 30th and the 31st of May. So on that, because I'm looking at the calendar, that weekend. That was the only reason. Like literally, that was the only precipitation I saw all last month. Right? Like, I was really glad that I melted the snow early in the season. Right? To have at least some quote unquote water to use, at least to start the plants, right? I mean, yeah, there was a little bit of rain midway through the month, but it was very, very minor. I mean, there was enough, but it was very minor. I mean, there's a difference now compared to now. There's a difference from then to now, right? Because obviously now I have a lot more plants growing, more sprouts, and more mature plants that are reaching that more mature state. You know, obviously they're not flowering yet and they're not that big compared to some of you folks down south that probably have like these, you know, 1 foot tall, 2 foot tall, bushing out tomatoes, big sunflowers, and all that stuff. I'm still working on that. I'm still catching up to that. Let's see here. Yeah, I got you, Billy. But yeah, well, I mean, like I said, we need that balance, right? When you got that balance of some heat, sunshine with some coolness and some water and obviously airflow, right? Well, usually, I mean, obviously it can vary from plant to plant, right? But usually the plants do better. Usually, right? Usually, right? Give or take. Because obviously every plant needs some form of water in time. Even a cactus needs some form of water in time, right? Every plant tends to do better or a little bit better if there's some sunshine, some heat, right? But if it tends to be, if it's too much, it just seems to, let's just say if there's too much, let's say, certain whatever, right? Maybe it'll bolt or something like that. Or if it's too wet, too rainy, too much, then everything just drowns out. You get quote unquote what they call wet feet, right? On the roots, right? You get too much, right? There's too much moisture in the ground, right? So luckily today I'm seeing a nice balance. I mean, unfortunately it's not that warm, to be honest. I think today's one of the cooler days. It's like 16 Celsius, 60 Fahrenheit out. There's definitely a stronger breeze outside. I can definitely see the trees swaying up higher, right? That are like 2 or 3 stories high, right? At least they're just moving. So I imagine that, you know, the wind's strong enough to move them, right? It's probably, I don't know, maybe a fresh, quote unquote, what they would call a fresh breeze. Yeah. Let's see. No, well, I mean, I said relatively speaking, Billy. Like, I don't have a cactus here, but, you know, relatively speaking, right? Some form of moisture, right? In time, usually, right? Because usually, sorry, I gotta open the door here. But usually, they need some form of moisture in time. Whew, boy, it's breezy out, right? I'm like, don't get me wrong, guys. See, I do have. See, it's been nice here in terms of like the grass is like really green, isn't it? Right now, alright. My grass is really green right now. Like really green. However, like I said, it hasn't been the really warm. I'm wearing a wool sweater. Wow, it's not really a sweater, but pretty close to. All right. Oh, by the way, everyone, the five. Well, it's not exactly 5 gallon. Like I said in the original video, right? I tend to use those 5 gallon buckets for water, so, but I had to meet this challenge, the 5 gallon bucket challenge halfway. So it's more like 2, 2 gallon. But like I said in that original video, right? The concept will be very similar, and just the scale of it will be different, right? Because even if it was a 5 gallon bucket, I would probably do it in the same way, just that there would be more soil and organic matter and such in it, right? Right. No word of a lie. See, today's video pretty soon will be an update video. It's a shorter video, but I might actually have to record another update video. And I say another one because technically I have one out for today and I have one scheduled right now and I need to shoot another update video. So, like, remember what I just said there, right? If I'm saying that, you know that, yes, so that should sprout your interest very much, right? That's because I've been lucky here, Billy. I've been seeing the rains here. A nice, a little bit more than usual, but I mean, a little bit more than usual for this month, right? Right. Let's see. I'll show you guys something right here. Because you guys are here. Look. See? No, this ain't the 5 gallon bucket. These were before I started the 5 gallon bucket, technically. These are more established than the other one that I have. See? You can see that I have a sunflower right here, too. And apparently I have some other things, see? Didn't realize I had that there. And apparently my tomato is sprouting a sunflower in the back. Like, look, you can see the sunflower in the back right there, right? I don't know. I think I'm just gonna keep it there. I'm just gonna try something out this year again. You can see I'm actually supporting the leaves up a bit here. Because remember what I've said, it's been raining here on and off at times, right? So I'm making sure that the leaves don't droop all the way down to the ground from the rain and stuff like that, and support them. And there's a breeze outside too, right? So I'm trying to, yeah, see, you probably can hear it. So I'm trying to make sure that they can at least stand up, right? Let me just, whew, boy, it's windy outside. And apparently I need to charge my phone too, apparently, because I'm down to 55. Hey Vanessa, how are you doing, Vanessa? It's a kitty after all. Tomato. Oh, okay there, really. You've been hanging around me too much. I'm supposed to play on the words like that, dude. Not you. But you're lucky. You're lucky you're such a nice guy, Billy. I'll share my punctuation with you. Why not? Just gonna plug in my phone here real quick here. I'm sorry. But yeah. No, yeah, Billy, because I've realized that sometimes, like, if you think about it, like, Hold on a sec. Just give me 1 sec. I just gotta make sure my phone's actually charging. Come on. Okay. Hold on. I gotta make sure my phone's actually charging. Come on, actually charge. Yeah. So. I read that, Billy. I read that ad sign there. But yeah, the reason I've been doing it that way is because, like, if I look at these air systems that people have used, whatever you want to call them in terms of tomato support, right? The string method, the weave method, the gauges, and all that stuff. Like, what does it all have in common? They support the leaves. Hence, in turn, can support the fruit later on, right? So to me, it just made sense. I'm like, well, maybe I'll do that, right? You know, help them along a little bit. Like, maybe I'll do a more dedicated video on it, but I feel like it's been helping. It's been helping. Oh yeah, my phone is going on. 6. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll look back in my comment section and see what your first comment was. Because technically, I can look that up, right? The host of the channel, whoever, or even for yourself, you make content. If people comment, right, you can look back specifically and see how many comments they made, or at least a general number of it, and see how far back it goes, right? Like, Bill, you'll probably see comments from me that are, like, at least a couple years back. At least, that's for sure. And I know this vice versa, right? Where'd that come from, Vanessa? Okay. Yeah, nice, Vanessa, nice. Oh, nice. So, yeah, like, see, I just showed you guys what's outside. Now it just, like, literally just clouded back over again. Like I'm pretty sure I'm getting generally a mix of sun and cloud to more cloudy periods, right? Like, I got the solar lights outside right now, so they're not gonna get a lot of sunshine today, because obviously it's not clear out, so there's some intermediate cloud, but at least I'll be able to use them to a certain degree. I mean, like, technically next week, next week is the summer solstice, right? So we are, at least in the northern hemisphere, coming into the longest day of the year, right? So, you know, I guess I could say this now because technically I already released the video last Friday on it, but, like, when I was mentioning about the heat, right? Like I said in that video, that heat I saw on the last weekend, well, 3 Fridays ago, technically, because that was actually technically the 29th for me. That's the hottest day I've seen so far. Like, so far this June is not that hot for me here, relatively speaking, right? Like, I'm probably averaging out, like, on the 68, 65 mark, right? Maybe 17, 18 Celsius. Have I seen over 70? Yeah, a few times, but barely. Have I seen overnight temperatures fall below 50 Fahrenheit? Minus 10. 10 Celsius? Yes, right? So, and it's June, right? But one thing I've been grateful is for the rain that I'm getting here, right? Hence, the grass, the plants, right? They're doing really well in terms of for water, anyways, right? A little bit more solar energy would be nice, right? To get the photosynthesis going, right? A little bit more, right? So they can actually start growing a little bit more, right? So they got that input of energy, right? To, you know, to do all that stuff and convert all this stuff and make the leaves bigger and hopefully in time fruits for my labor and all that stuff, right? Oh, face it, Billy, you already got 25,000 seeds already ready to go. It's already packaged in Mylar with an oxygen absorber, nicely labeled with your label maker. It probably has your autograph on it, and in a thing that says something really nice. Yeah, I got you there. But yeah, just give me a sec. I'm just gonna grab something. Just grabbing my coffee here. Yeah, you're so fancy, right? Like I said, so like I shouldn't say I haven't really had water, but I have been using the rainwater. And there will be videos out later this month showing this in more detail, right? Like, because I have mentioned on some of the live streams that I visit, I'm like, yes, I have been seeing rain. And I have been gathering that rainwater, right? Because you will realize what does heat, something like fire, and grass and water, what do those three things have in common? I'll let you think about that. I'll let you think about that triangle right there, right? Because that's my theme apparently for this month. Because like, no word of a lie, I just came up with it and it just kind of came to mind. I'm like, yeah, I'll set it up this way this month, right? I didn't mean it like that, but I wanted to show it anyways. That's wickedly cool. with a double CR in it, right? Wicker sticker. Wicker. It's a wicker sticker with two CRs in it, back to back, double, right? Right. I mean, oh, see, I look back outside again. Now I'm seeing some sun in this spot, right? So I'm getting like sunny breaks. Like it is probably generally more cloudy out, right? So like, but I am getting some sunshine, but I think it is supposed to cloud over more as the day goes on. But maybe I'll go like in and see some sunny breaks. Hence, I'm taking the time to not only do the live stream, but actually like, charge some solar stuff. Because I figure might as well top them back off again. Like, I was actually using some of them again last night, as usual. To the point that I've actually banked some of that, so much power now that I probably could use an extra one. So I might do that tonight. Just something I do now. It's part of my routine now. At least in the spring, summer, and fall. And it's a little bit more difficult in the winter, obviously. Right, but I do what I can in the winter for it. But generally in the summer now, especially around this time of year, right? Where, like I said, the summer solstice coming around soon, longest day of the year, yeah. Generally, if it's sunny enough or at least long enough, I can run the solar light all night, from, let's say, 10 to 6 in the morning, at least, right? Because I'm getting, let's say, up to 16 hours of daylight and 8 hours of night, right? So I'm pretty sure I can, harness, redirect the sunshine for nighttime via, via battery, solar panel, and stuff like that. What's up, The Real? How's it going, man? Hopefully you're doing well over there. I heard were you guys getting some heat over there? I think I heard something about that. Maybe not right now, but I know I did hear about that. And there's been, don't get me wrong, there's been, quote unquote, some heat here in Canada, right? I mean, I did see 86 Fahrenheit 30 Celsius last month. And this month has been quite more on the I shouldn't say normal, but on the more average, typical seasonal side. I've been getting a little bit more rain than usual for this month, in my opinion, but technically it needs to be made up for last month anyway, so. Like, I swear, like, 3 weeks ago, like, the grass was, like, brown, and now it's just, like, lush green. You know? 3 weeks ago, barely any leaves on the trees. Now, well, now there's a big canopy of leaves, right? You can see, it's very lush in the tree line, right? That's all I see is just, like, green. A sea of green with some blue and some clouds above it and all that stuff. It's been nice, and there's some shade and stuff like that. I know the birds are enjoying it. I mean, even this year for me, I've been seeing more of the quote unquote wildlife, right? I mean, I've seen a caterpillar, spider, a beetle, obviously the flies, the ants. I'm not sure if I've seen a wasp yet. No, I don't think I've seen a wasp yet. Right. So amongst some other things, right? Like even with the spiders, right? I just like I'll move them to my garden space, right? I'm like, here you go, little spider. Help me out in this garden space, right? Help me out here, right? Right. Set up some some webs, and and do your spider thing. Oh, now you're getting cold. What's the temperature there? What kind of temperature are you guys seeing there? Because right now I'm seeing about 16 Celsius, give or take. Like it's averaging out. I mean, maybe 17, 18, right? 65, 68 Fahrenheit for you guys in the US. So, yeah. So, yeah, hopefully you're seeing something, right? Well, I guess I've charged up my phone back up to the 70. I guess I can have a sip of my. I think I need more coffee. What? It's 29. It's 84 Fahrenheit there. What? that's like on the warmer. That's like on the hotter side, isn't it? Usually anything above 80 Fahrenheit, 27 Celsius is usually for most areas, unless certain areas, it's considered pretty warm, right? I'm not saying hot, but pretty warm. You know what I mean? It's usually I'll kind of say like anything above 86 Fahrenheit, 30 Celsius is kind of, until it's there, it's just warm, really warm, right? Like for me, I've been trying to use the word more accurately to describe things. So I won't like when people around here is like, oh, it's kind of cold out. No, you mean cool out, chilly, right? I reserve the word cold now for unless it's below freezing, or when you can actually feel your breath, or see your breath, and and stuff like that, right? And in terms of hot, usually I'll reserve that for let's say that 90 plus Fahrenheit range, 32 Celsius plus range, right? Is usually then it actually does feel not just really warm, but quote unquote hot, right? I mean, this is relative, right? But that's how I've been describing it a little bit more, because then it makes more sense to me, right? It's just right now it's less warm, maybe more seasonal average, maybe slightly cooler, right? Like even there yesterday is like I was getting this northwest wind, right? So it was kind of windier out, right? And my friend, she was like, "Oh, it's kind of cold out." I'm like, "Oh, you mean cool out, right?" Because in the same way I said what I just said, right? I say cold when I reserve the word cold when it's actually like below freezing. then it kind of makes more sense, right? So if I say it's cool out, it's kind of cooler, less warm than usual. I see. Oh, okay, chilly because of the wind. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I get that. I get that. The real. Yeah, normal for it. Oh, yeah, it's probably humid there, yeah. I haven't seen. I I saw a little bit of heat last month, alright? Like, the real, what you're seeing right now, I actually saw that last month. I haven't not seen that temperature this month whatsoever, right? Like, I've been wearing, like, a long sleeve shirt. I'm even wearing a wool. Like, because it's not even that, but like, you know, I'm not breaking a sweat outside, right? Like, there's a nice breeze outside. Like, I'm generally seeing a mix of sun cloud. It's more cloudy. It's more cloud than sun, in my opinion, right now. But like, I can see some blue sky, and like every so often there's some quote unquote sunny breaks and stuff like that. Yeah, it's 15 there for you, Lee. Drying the rain. That's about what, 58, 57 Fahrenheit for you folks in the U.S. Don't worry, guys. I'll do the conversions for you whenever possible. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, except for the cactus. At least the cactus. At least, you know, if your cactus goes down in the heat, you'll be like, dang, great. You'd probably be You'd probably be more concerned if that happened, right, Billy? You'd probably be like, dang, the cactus went down in the heat. I didn't think it was possible, right? You know. Yeah, yeah, I get it. Yeah, 75 Fahrenheit is 24 Celsius, by the way, everyone. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. You will notice that I mean, it's a very narrow area, honestly. You get those slight microclimates that are maybe a half degree, maybe a full degree cooler, right? And stuff like that. You can notice that, right? It's in the same, it's in that same reasoning where you get the urban heat island effect, right? But what Billy's talking about is the opposite side of the coin in terms of cooling, right? So the grass areas, the tree line, right? Lots of plants are growing, not just the shade, but like the transpiration that's going on in those areas, right? Because obviously, generally leaves transpirate moisture out, right? Because for anyone that didn't know that, right? That's why things like a transpiration bag work for like quote unquote emergency water, right? If you wanted to quote unquote get emergency water, right? You know, for a transpiration bag or something along the lines of that, right? It's kind of on the same way if you use distilling water by putting plant material in said container or hole that you dug, and then, you know, using a sheet or whatever to condense the condensation back into liquid water, and then it'll drip down to the middle, for example. Use a pebble or whatever, right? And you have a little container in the center, right? Something along the lines of that, right? And obviously, you know, if the bigger the scale, the bigger the leaves, the more leaf material, the more moisture there is. Generally, you'll probably be able to gather a little bit more, just because the surface area, right? Like, you know, a very small solar still doesn't work as well as like one that's really, really wide, alright? Like, I mean, really, really wide. Like, you know, no one, if anyone's making a solar still, usually it's, you try to do it as big as possible, right? Because the smaller ones, just there's physically less moisture to gather, right? So yeah, let's see, what's my time here? Yeah, I'll go for a little bit longer. But yeah, I mean, actually, you know what? I know exactly. I know what. Before I do this, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make coffee. You're probably like, what? See, are you making coffee? Yes. I am gonna make coffee because I have stuff to do as well. amongst some other things. Hold on, I gotta put down my device for a sec here. Get some water here. I really hope water, right? Don't forget how important that is, right? No one's doing anything without it. You ain't guarding it, right? The gardeners out there, right? The survival emergency preparedness community, right? We ain't doing anything without water, right? We ain't doing anything without it. We definitely need it, right? Hopefully not too much at once, right? Like, I was talking to my friend, and they didn't message me, they called me. Actually, they called me back after saying, "Oh, good night, Sierra," and called me back and saying, like, how they're concerned. I'll use that Sierra word about the rain, right? It's some of the places more east of us here are seeing some quote unquote localized type of flooding, right? And I mean, I saw that coming, right? I mean, with all this moisture coming down, right, out west here for the last little bit, I mean, there's been reports of, quote unquote twisters, right? Tornadoes, right? There has been, right? And technically, and to be really honest, it can't happen here for me. It's very rare here, like all the things, but I know 100%, and I can guarantee that, that it is definitely possible here. I know it is, because it has existed. It has happened here before in my lifetime, right? Which is very rare, right? But I was just thinking, like, well, yeah, because all the rivers flowing down to lower areas, right? The next area, right? If it's raining up high on the high plateau, well, eventually that water will seep way down, right? Into the lower areas wherever it is in that area. Doesn't matter if it's here in Canada, in the US, or places in the world, right? Eventually it'll float down to water's gonna float down to the lowest spot. Right, in time, it will do that. It just takes, sometimes it just takes time, right? This is why, quote unquote, those aquifers, right, they take a long, extremely long time to refill because they're way down deep, right? Water has to penetrate through many layers, right? To the point that, it takes like hundreds of years, thousands of years to refill that, because it takes that long for a drop of water from the surface to make it all the way down, right? It just takes that long, right? What's up? I see you. Good afternoon to you too. Pumpkin spice. Let's see. Oh, I see, Todd. I see. Technically, you know what? I don't drink as much as I quote unquote used to, right? I was never that heavy, but like, last year I had one beer, right? And this year, technically, I've had one beer. I mean, I did go almost 10 months without one. And back in 2021, I actually almost went the whole year. Actually, I got really close to the whole year, right? Without having a sip, and I say a sip of alcohol, right? Now, the coffee on their hand, that I can't lie about, because you guys have clearly seen me drink coffee and such, right? But don't get me wrong, like, I I can, like, look. No word of a lie. I see. Just to prove this point that I actually have this, let me show this in a certain way. Without really showing that much. No brand. Well, it's kind of hard to show without branding, but see. You're probably like, whatever, Sierra. That's just a soda. That is not soda, guys. See, I don't think that looks like soda. Like I said, I have this stuff. I just don't feel like it, right? I just don't feel like it. You know, I got something else here. It's a couple cans of beer and stuff like that. I could drink one if I really wanted to. I just don't feel like it. I just don't feel like it. You know, I got wine. I just don't feel like it. But you know what I do feel like? Coffee. Speaking of coffee, I think my water's boiling. Whew. What? 60% full needs to go. Oh, nice. Well, actually, Billy, because it's been in storage the whole time, right? And don't get me wrong. I probably would. If I wanted to consume it. Or, usually what I do now is I'll just pour, like, I use a glass bottle. Like, let's just say I have a can of soda or along the lines of that, right? I'll just pour it into a glass bottle. I'm just kind of used to that now, doing it like that. Like, I actually have the glass bottle right beside me. See? You can hear it. Yeah. So I pour it out. Usually no. Oh, hopefully I got... I really hope I have... Oh, where's my fingers? I really hope I have... Oh, I'm good. I did pre-grind some coffee beans. Nice. I know when coffee's getting expensive, eh? I mean, I do what I can. I get hooked up every so often with some, so... and stuff like that, so... Let me just pour some into my, quote-unquote drip. As I drip some coffee here. I have not used a coffee maker for, I don't know, last like 4 or 5 years now. So I'm just simply doing pour over. I know some of you out there got percolators and stuff like that. Like, don't get me wrong, if I'm at people's places, yeah, it's a little bit different, but while I'm at home or whatever, you know, like, know where to lie here. Because it's right here in front of me. Oh, see? Just like in the videos I've shown, alright? Whew. See? That's how hard it is. That's how hard it is. Hopefully my... hold on, I gotta double check my screen here. Is it like... okay. I think it's still... yeah, okay. I had to make sure there was no steam left on it, but yeah. There we go. It's a nice hot coffee for me here. No, I didn't say A. I said, I was saying, hey. I was saying hey as an H-E-Y. Not A. I mean, we all had enough of it. Okay, never mind. I'm not stop. I'm just gonna stop with that now. Okay, Sierra. Don't derail your own stream. Yes. Yeah, you only have a French press? I'll do what you can, right? I just like you get more out of it compared to like if you use an actual coffee filter, right? Like, don't get me wrong, I still have a little bit these coffee filters from the last time that I've had them, right? Just sitting over here on this side here. Right, I have, like, you know, probably another 150 or whatever, right? I'll use them for something else, right? In the meantime, I won't waste them, right? Because they're just dry. As long as they stay dry, they'll be fine, right? But I don't need to use them much anymore. And besides, I use after the coffee grounds are a little bit more dry or whatever, I'll just kind of broadcast them out into the soil or into the garden area. You know, and recover the resource, right? And just kind of, quote unquote, spread them, or quote unquote, what I like to say now, broadcast them out, right? And just kind of let them do their thing, right? Usually at the surface, and usually I don't pile it, and usually I won't, like, I'll put it into the bare spots, not where I have active plants, per se, right? Like, don't get me wrong, like, I got instants too, right, or whatever, right, but I've been reconsidering. I'm like, yeah, you know what, I think I'll hold back on instant. I only grab it if I'm on the road or something like that, right? You know? Something like that. Because, you know, coffee's getting expensive. I remember back in 2018, I guess that's almost like 8 years ago, right? I was able to get a can of a more popular brand, right? Right, but at a local place here in Canada, right? For like $8.99, $9 Canadian, right? I go to a different place now, right? Obviously, it's a different place and stuff, right? But now, it's like $16. It's almost like 90% more in like 8 years, right? And just like, so that's saying a lot, right? I've mentioned this every so often in some other preparedness videos out there. They'll mention about coffee and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, I've seen that. Seen the price increase in front of my eyes, right? That kind of thing, right? No, I know I have some certain words that I've censored on the channel, but I'm pretty sure I would notice that. Besides, Billy's one of my mods. Is it? Didn't I? I thought I did. No, yeah, he's a moderator. I was about to say, it even says when I look at it, remove moderator. I'm like, no. Alright. Oh yeah, that's good coffee. That's good coffee. Oh yeah, that hits the spot, right? You know what? I feel like I go for another 8 hours now. Not on the live stream, but like on my day. No. I mean, I think the closest, the most I've ever done is like 7 hours and 57 minutes, 55-minute live stream, right? Pretty close, pretty much 8 hours, right? I've done that once. It's been a while since I've done these ultra long marathons of live streaming, right? I've done that for a long time. A very, 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 extremely, extremely, very long time. Like, let me quote all those words. Yeah, there's just certain words, right? Like, don't get me wrong. You could spell it out phonetically and all this stuff, right? Like, even in like, some of the games I used to play, right? And stuff like that. Like I've said before, I've said this and I'll say it again, right? I used to run a gaming channel here on the YouTube side, right? Unfortunately, I lost the password, and blah, blah, blah. The channel still exists. The content's still there. I just don't have access to it, so I cannot reply to any of them. And I wasn't going to start a new account just to try to reply to people because there's like, you know what I mean? It's like, who's replying to me? It's different from the host, right? Right? So I'm like, whatever, right? But that was like 20 years ago. Alright. I'm not that hardcore of gaming as much anymore. I mean, yeah, I still do it ever so often, but you know, I still enjoy it ever so often. I'm just not as hardcore like I used to be. Right? Maybe I'll play one, just one. Right. Right. Now, instead of what Plants versus Zombies, whatever. Right. Actually gardening. Actually doing it right. So, instead of like I've never played Minecraft or whatever, but I'm actually crafting. Right. You know what I mean? There's just a few odd games now I still play, but aside from that, then whatever. Right. Some of the newer ones I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't know. Right. You know. Yeah, well, the gaming channels were always gonna be are always gonna be more popular, right? Their demographic or niche is way bigger compared to the gardening or preparedness community. It's just the way it is, right? There's probably more gamers out there. I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying, there's probably more gamers out there, right? Like this is where the gaming community. This is where I learned about like these certain words, right? And I still use them, the acronyms that people use, right? At times, right? Because people will be like, AFK, what does that mean? Away from keyboard. Like, I didn't know about that until I learned that from the gaming world. Like, back, dang, it's almost been, 20 years, right? But I was like, what's that mean, right? So I started to pick up these acronyms, right? There's, like, so many out there, right? Like, believe it or not, which is supposed to be a BION, but I rarely or ever see anyone use that, right? Like, we're all these LOLs and stuff like that, right? These BRBs. I think those are pretty standard now. And well, yeah, actually, BRBs, LOLs, and AFKs are all standard, right? Generally, a lot of people know what that means, right? Because it's the lingo they use in the chat, right? Because everyone's trying to type real fast, right? It's like, you know what I mean? Like you're saying all this stuff or whatever, right? Sometimes, I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta remember something. Not everyone knows this lingo. Not everyone knows the shorthand, the acronyms, right? Hmm. Oh, come on, Billy. You gotta work hard for that wrench. Oh, I mean, the shield. I gotta stop calling that, right? I keep forgetting now. It's a quote unquote shield, right? I mean, it's more like, yeah. I was done call it a kite shield, but it's not a kite shield, right? Because it doesn't look like a kite or a diamond. It's the, oh, what's that style again? Damn it, I'm trying to remember. I feel like that style, not the teardrop. But anyways, yeah. I don't know. I guess no one loves me. No one loves me enough to wanna like troll me. I guess I'm not popular enough, right? Maybe I should make a stream that's called that. Then we'll see if it actually shows up. I usually don't have the issues with the live stream, so. I mean, yeah, I can follow along anyways, right? Yeah. I am using Prism Live app, stream app. Yeah, I mentioned this to some other people, right? The only thing about this app is that it doesn't support panel, right? It supports Bluetooth now. Like, I could do some things like, oh, I don't want that. I could do stuff like this, right? You cannot do this in things like Restream, which say EV Mux, StreamYard, and stuff like that, right? this kind of stuff, you were doing this, you would be doing this on like a desktop or a laptop with like OBS, right? Right? Don't get me wrong, I ran that when I was doing it like that, but I kind of missed that. But I just kind of discovered this from from their content creator channel that I follow, right, and stuff like that. I met them through someone else, who could have been a bushcrafter. Unfortunately, they passed away, but you know, just something I picked up and then I started to try it out. I did this tester. I just like, oh look what I can do, guys! I can do this. Woo 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 woo! Let's turn it around and all that stuff, right? You know, and stuff like that. Where's that thing? Like, you know, I can, but like, he's like, woo, like hearts on screen, and those quote unquote overlays. High speed paper punches. Wow. Yeah, right. Let's see, where am I at? What time is it? I think I will go probably, unless otherwise stated, till the top of the hour, so till 4 p.m. 4 p.m. 5 p.m. Eastern to 2 p.m. Pacific. So top of the hour. I've been saying it like that all the time. I'm like the only one that actually says it like that. Billy knows what I mean. For anyone that sees me on the live streams, you guys know what I mean when I say that. I'm quite accurate when I say that now. It's always easier. I've always noticed that it's like there's no point in saying like I'm going in 5 minutes, guys, because you can't tell, because unless there's a timestamp, you can't tell, right? But if I say top of the hour, well, it's top of the hour for everyone, right? Generally speaking, unless you have a halfway time zone or whatever, right? I mean, I know it's possible, but that's why I started doing it like that instead. Alright, bottom of the hour, blah, blah, blah. It just makes more sense, right? I never say, I'm leaving in 5 minutes or 10 minutes, right? Because it doesn't apply, it changes, right? And I have noticed some people are behind the chat at times, right? I've seen people behind the, like Billy, you've seen probably, right, with certain people, I've seen with our channels too, they're like, not just a few minutes behind, but I've seen channels like a half an hour behind the chat. You know, when you start to lose the real-time interaction, right? Because like I'll say, oh, something more vague, like, oh, I don't think so. Well, when you're reading I don't think so 20 minutes later, you're like, what do you mean, Seer? You don't think so? Context, right? And I always gotta remember to put some context in there, or some more specific words in there, right? And not quote unquote use pronouns or it's and ats and or whatever. Sometimes I'll actually have to say something more specific. I know I have the normal latency up for this right now, so that should be about 20-30 seconds, I think, maybe 15. I'm pretty sure, right? I know the ultra fast is probably like 10 seconds or 5. Something like that, right? However, it can buffer if I start to lag on my side. Well, yeah, I know, don't get me wrong, I can fall behind the chat like anyone else at times, right? But I also realize, like, you know, like, don't get me wrong, I am reading what it says. Like, I'm scrolling back up just to read the chat to see if I missed anything, right? Then I'll be like, new comment, scroll back down, right? You know, like, I'm seeing the words in my head and stuff like that, right? Sometimes I'll paraphrase and stuff like that. You know, you know. Someone 5 hours from Canada in Minnesota, right? See, 16 hours from Tennessee, right? See, I could, you know, read it out, right? You know, I could paraphrase. I've learned at times to paraphrase, right? get the words out right and stuff like that. Like, don't get me wrong. Sometimes, like, I'm looking away from the chat for a little bit, and then I just realized that a bunch of people joined me because I'm just kind of like on this tangent for a little bit. Now looking at the chat, just kind of talking in my, I'm like, oh dang, you know, 6 people joined me, and I forgot to say hi to them. I better say hi to them right now, kind of deal, right? It was just like earlier, right? I was making the coffee. I was just like, dang, all these people showed up, right? You know, Todd and such, right? All came by, right? See, like, and I missed what he said about the link in there. See, sorry, Todd. I didn't realize you wanted to post on Sock's uh, channel link, right? I'm trying to remember the channel itself. He has left me a comment. Actually, he left me a comment on the 5-gallon bucket challenge, the start of it, right? That I did 2 weeks ago, right? Maybe they'll drop back by on this week's video, right? Because it will be out. My next update video will be out in about an hour and 15 minutes, right? So probably about an hour after the live stream's done, right? So that'll give you guys plenty of time to be like at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern to be like, Sarah has that video already. You know, maybe I'll just add it to the watch later and watch it as I'm cooking or whatever, right? It's not that long. Well, many of you can spare that kind of type of time. Wow. That was like a tongue twister, even though there's only like 2 T's in there. But let's see, what you got? Here, Billy, you might get a tablet to stream on. Refurbished, but need a camera phone to film with, yeah. But need a real camera for, yeah, something, image stabilization, yeah, HD, right, and stuff like that. Yeah, I get you, man. I mean, so, yeah. What I was gonna say was like, what was I gonna say? There's something I was supposed to say in here. There was something, I had this on the tip of my tongue. Oh, yeah. So, like I said, that video will be out later today, right? I think I need to record another update video soon on it too. You're probably like, HCR, and I'll answer this right now after I read what Billy said. Oh, I see. Yeah, just a dish out for something that's been refurbished. Yeah. The reason my 5-gallon bucket updates are spread out a little bit more, and like I could have scheduled it sooner. I just need the time, right? I need the time, and like I wasn't quite convinced that I could do a weekly update for the challenge, right? So I did it every 2 weeks, and I gave myself an extra week or so of buffer room, right? So what you're seeing is not quite in real time. Let me say that straight up, right? Like some of the videos I when I'm start making them, right, and recording them, I don't actually have to say the time that I'm recording them, right, in the video for reference, right? So you can tell that what you're seeing is a week or two behind in real time, because remember, I'm doing these error things too. I'm doing these error videos too. I'm doing this error content too. I'm being responsible too. I'm doing these error things too, right? So I gotta make sure I got enough time, right? Just in case, whatever, right? Set it up, right? But don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, though. It is coming along. I will say that. I will absolutely say that, right? Because especially once you see this week's video, update video, right? Because there is something I won't spoil it, but there is something I tried out. So hey, maybe you'll figure it out, and hey, maybe you'll understand what I just meant by that. Just saying. You guys know how I am with the words, so think about that right there. You'll probably be like, hey, Sierra, I know what you mean, man. As soon as you see the video, you'll be like, hey, I know what you mean. Am I? No, I'm not muted. I can see my indicator. What are you talking about, Billy? What are you talking about, man? Wait, here. Let me just highlight that right there. Put them on the spot. Put Wickershire on the spot for that right there. You get right there. Put them on the spot right there. Yeah, a gimbal. Oh yeah, that'd be something right there. That was something I was. Wait, I wouldn't want something along the lines that three dimensional X Y Z axis stabilization, hardware stabilization, I should say, right? Not through software, right? You know, for the app or for a program, but through actual hardware stabilization, right? Well, because yeah, you pay for it upfront or whatever, but you don't have to do any of that work or wait for it to be enabled or to process the video through the app or through the program, right? Because you're doing it through the actual hardware. Like you're recording it in that way in the beginning, right? So you don't have to quote unquote apply it afterwards, right? It's all good, man. It's all good. Sometimes it's just the way it is, right? It's just the way it is. Sometimes I'll be like, is it lagging? Is it buffering? Then I'll refresh and I'll just check real quick. Like, usually what I do is, like, I'll refresh or I'll play another video real quick, right? And if it loads fast and I come back to the same stream or whatever, and it's still not loading in real time, then yeah, then it's buffering, right? But if it's not loading a different video or whatever, let's just say I'm checking the weather app and it doesn't load up too well, then it's on my end, right? It's just like in the power outage or whatever, you know, you're checking, is it a breaker, right? Is it your circuit breaker, right? Because you know, a lot of the time it is, right? You know, it's just the way it is. You're running a lot of things, it happens, right? But this is why after that, if it, or whatever, or depending where you are, you might look outside and be like, are the streetlights on, or whatever, right? Are people outside complaining about it or looking all right? You know what I mean? And just take a look, right? And look who it is. It's a sunflower. She's here in my chat. Hello, sunflower. Sunny? Hey, can you share what do you mean by that? Oh, CR, that was horrible, dude. I'm like, yeah, I know, my bad. Sorry. I got a different device. I'll put it to the side. It's loud notifications. Sup, Sunflower? How you doing? Or as Sunflower would say, hey, CR, yes? Are you growing me? Seriously, Sunflower said that to me. Like, I actually screenshotted that stuff, man. Like, I should do a video that says my... Hold on a sec. 1 sec, please, everyone. Alright, I'm back, everyone. Sorry about that. Hish. Sorry. Sorry about that. I had to take that call. It was important. I didn't want to be, well, a non answer. Because actually, it was important. I actually had to answer that. But yeah. What was I saying here? Link. Yeah, welcome, Sunflower. How are you doing? How are you doing, my friend? You doing well? I know I haven't spoken to you for a little bit. Make sure my phone's going up. So yeah, I'll probably just I may go just slightly past the top hour, but not that much though. Yeah, and I know for sure I'm not gonna go past this 90-minute mark on the timer, because I'm at that hour and 16 mark, 76-minute mark. So how come my phone's not going up? Come on, get on. My phone increase in power for a little bit. Maybe I'll show Sunflower something too. Hey Billy, what's the link for, by the way? Context for it. Oh, okay. Context for because I just see a link to YouTube. I'm like, what's this link for? Right. Context, right? I've always learned to like type in what's it about, then I'll paste in the link. Or whatever. I'll be like, Wickershire channel dot copy paste the link. Something along the lines of that. Let me get my coffee here. Yeah, see, now I'm getting some more sunny breaks again. I'm kind of glad I decided to put out the silver lights. I mean, I won't get a full charge, but at least I'll be able to get more than a trickle charge. Which I can actually, if I look outside, I can see some more defined, hard shadows on the ground. So, it's sunny enough anyways, right? So... what was I going to say here? So, yeah, I'm, like, this week, I've been taking a little bit more time off doing the content creation. Like, however, this is why this week there's this stream, because I'm finding time for this stream, right? Because originally, earlier, I was just like, I've got some time. I'm like, should I go live or should I make content, right? I'm like, well, you know what? I have many videos scheduled right now. Like, for people that talk to me, yes, I do have scheduled videos, right? Not just for this month, not just for next month, not just for August. I actually have videos scheduled for September right now, right? You're right. You're probably like, thanks, you got videos scheduled for September, dude? It's like, yes, I've had those videos scheduled for a while, right? And you're probably like, why do you have videos scheduled that far in advance? Because I had to wait for spring. Right? I had to wait for the gardening season. I was getting so antsy for gardening season. I was just like, back in like March and April, I just like, well, I can't start any of that. So I made I recorded some other content and just kind of back to record it and do some quick and dirty edits and upload, make a thumbnail, make a title, put a description, put the tags, put the hashtags, all that stuff, and scheduled it, right? And I've just rearranged the schedule as time has come closer to it in real time. Yeah. Yeah, let's just say I've actually did something like that before. Not quite like that, but very similar. It was a dumbass move on my part. It really was, actually. I totally regret it so friggin' much, too. It brings a tear to my eye because I like that one item, too. Yeah. Remember the self. Don't ruin something if it ain't broken. Don't try to fix something if it ain't broken. Yeah, that was my bad. Right, I've learned. I ain't doing that again. Oh, I mean, like it was something special too, right? Don't get me wrong, right? If I still had said item right now, I'd be doing a lot more. Let's just say, because it was one of those things that I could be using for creating. So like, and you guys know how I am with creating, right? So like, anything that helps with me in creating. I'm like, yes, please, yes. Take my money. I'll take it. I'll do all this work for it. I'll shovel the snow for you for the next 5 years for it. I'll pull all the weeds out of your garden for the next 10 years for it. No, that kind of thing, right? Work for it. Well, it's not just that, Billy. I gotta find a space for it, and it's gotta be able to handle what I see here, right? Remember, it gets much colder here and a lot more snow here at times, right? I gotta be careful about that. Like, and the thing is, I don't wanna, because I've seen people use quote unquote plastic, right? It's probably better if I can try to source out like plexiglass or whatever, right? I've seen some from one of my subscribers that lives out east, right? They're just like the plastic flakes off. At least the plexiglass or whatever, real glass is kind of more lasts longer, right? Isn't degrade in the sun or degrade in the heat as much, right? I mean, the frame itself, I could probably source out whatever. It's that actual. Clearly, I need the clear parts of the greenhouse to work well, right? Clearly, right? With a CR in it. Am I making my point nice and clear now? Because clearly I'm using that word a lot here. Clearly. Because it's got a CR in it. I feel like I could continuously revolve around that clockwise or counterclockwise, on and on and on and on. Well, don't get me wrong, Billy. I've been considering. Actually, this year it was a high consideration too, right? There may be a spot I could put it. I don't know. I'll have to see. I'll have to wait and see how that all turns out for me here. Let's see what time is it. I'll say it's almost the top hour. So I will go till the 90-minute mark. So that's about like what, 6 more minutes, 6.5 more minutes, because I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on my timer right now. An hour and 23 minutes and 45 seconds now. like literally, I was just looking at it at like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Right. So I'm about like 5 minutes, 5, 6 minutes of countdown. But yes, maybe I'll show a little before I end the stream. Hey, look, it's Esty Mountain Man. Howdy, Scott. How's it going, Scott? You doing well over there, man? Well, hey, you're lucky, Scott. I was not in the stream slightly earlier, but now I extended it till the 90-minute mark. So yes, you're right on time. And hold on a sec here. I need to check on something. Just seen a notification on something. I'm just making sure. All right. You guys know about the OPSPEC, operational security, and all that stuff, right? So just checking, making sure, right? Because remember, since I'm streaming, I can still get the notifications, but I'm not physically looking, right? So I'm just making sure. Now everything seems good. Just making sure. I don't want to get burnt because I'm so in the cloud and streaming that I don't pay attention to what's going on outside, right? Because that'd be like, yeah, that'd be a bad move. I was not using that word, but that'd be a bad move, right? Oh, did you? Nice. Well, welcome back, WB. Scott. Hopefully you're doing well. Oh, hey, Scott, by the way, my well, it's not 5 gallon, but the 5 gallon bucket challenge, right? My update video is at the top of the next hour. So in about 59 minutes from now, an hour from now. So keep that in mind. Drop by if you can, Scott. I appreciate. I will say this to Scott, Billy, and Sunflower. You three, I've seen you folks come by. Right. Regardless if it's in the shorts, the long form content, or the live streams, right? Like, yeah, don't get me wrong. It would be nice if everyone drops by for everything, right? But I know when you guys drop by, I keep tabs on this, right? Right? I do keep tabs on it. Hence, sometimes I'll add in like, work now. Like this way, things like the moderator thing and stuff like that. Actually, you know what? Did I ever? Hey, here you go, man. There you go, man. Just because you're here. Just because you're here. Just because you're here. I don't mean to put more work on your schedule here, Scott. I just decided to, you probably look more beautiful if you were blue than gray. I mean, sorry you stand out now. You're no longer a gray man, but sorry, but just saying. Yeah. Yeah, I tend to do it too, unless it's got to be something more dramatic, then I need more time to explain it, right? You know? Like, even my quote-unquote, my adventure of with me using, and actually walking with my get-home bag, right? I had 60 minutes of footage, right? And I just narrowed it down to, like, 10 minutes, right? I just, like, yeah, this is quick to the point, alright? As long as only making the content as long as it needs to be, right? And not just ranting on or continuously rambling, right? I mean, yeah, continuously rambling might have CRD, but I don't want to continuously ramble, right? Alright, so that 2-minute warning is right now. Yeah, you got it, SD. Yeah, of course. No, because I've seen you guys drop by, right? Scott, I've seen you drop by not only for my live streams like right now, but like the shorts and the long form content, so I do appreciate that, right? Right? Like I get some people just watch more of the content, right? But when people actually take the time to drop in on the chat, leave me a comment or something like that, there's something about that, right? Because you're taking the time to type in something too, right? Even if it's just a thumbs up, emoji, or something more, right? Because sometimes I've seen people leave me much longer sentences or even a paragraph, right? So I will take the time to read them and say something because they took that time, right? Especially when I'm reading some of this comments, right? And I can tell, generally speaking, that you saw the content because the way you word things or whatever, right? Because it's the same way that I word things in the comment section, right? I'll word certain words, as you can tell, and you just to prove that I'm like, yes, I noticed that part. Hey, yes, I noticed that sunflower that you showed in the corner. I noticed that. That did spark my interest. On this Fire Up Friday or whatever, right? And then, or this quote unquote propane torch, right? Right, Scott? Yeah. Man, that's sick. When I saw you do that, man, I could probably use one in the winter. Right? I'll just use that. That'll be my heat source right there. Yeah, I enjoyed that part too, right? That's why I take the time to like say something, right? So when you see me in the comment, if I reply, I greatly appreciate it in my comment section to you guys. Remember, when I say that, I really do mean that, right? I really do mean that, right? I don't just throw that out there, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, sometimes I'm rushing, so I'll kind of be more concise and squeeze it, right? So I may not say it at that time, but like when I do have time or I feel like it needs to be said, I will say it. Well, type it anyways, right? And apparently I'm going longer than I thought, whatever. Yeah. Oh, whatever there, Billy. You know, I can make you turn gray, Billy. I can make you turn gray. Now of old age. I'm not talking about old age. I'm talking about. Don't make me do that, Billy. Don't make me use this spirit finger on you. He's real like, shut up, dude. Shut up. Yeah. I know, because then it means something, right? That's what, like, this is why, like, at times, if I'm saying good, then I mean good, right? But if I say great or extremely well, then it means something. Then it's in the same way where I say, like, if I'm saying, oh, it's just warm out or really warm out, it's just really warm out, right? But if I'm starting to say hot, I actually mean it, right? If it's chilly out, it's chilly out. If it's cooler out, it's cooler out. But if I'm saying, oh, it's cold out or feels colder out, generally, I mean it's actually feeling colder out for that time of year, or it is below freezing, or it is winter, or it is whatever, right? Because then there's more of a gradient line, right? So like those grayscales and stuff, right? Screw it. I'll go. What time is it? Screw it. You guys are like it. I'll go till the core after. Screw it. Scott's here. So is Billy still. Dang. And I guess it's right. People will go longer on live streams when people show up late. Like, whatever. Better late than never, right? Better late than never. Yeah. But yeah. Okay. I see, yeah, sunflower. Right. But yeah. Or maybe I will show this. I don't know. It's kind of windy out still. Yeah, I'll quickly show this here. Why not? Oh, yeah, no, I know that's kind of normal. Billy. Hold on a sec. I'm not sure. It's really loud. You woke up and the time flies. It's like, and the next thing you know, it's just like, oh, okay, guys, this is the end of the live stream. Blah, blah, blah. No. Right. Oh, look at that. Hey, sweet. I'm seeing a lot more sun now. I mean, there's still some big clouds, but it looks like there's more sunny breaks now. Rearrange my solar lights, angle them towards the sun more, because I have to manually track them. See? This, I will show you guys something. Right here. See? Look! See? Oh! Hey, sunflower, look! Look, you asked me, sunflower, are you growing me, CR? Well, just to show that you're growing on me, here's one right here for you. Straight up. Right? I'll let you guys see that right there. Right? Look at this. Look how nice. I mean, this is about, I don't know, maybe about a foot tall. Right? Remember, this is not that long. Nah, I don't know about that. But maybe, I don't know. I wasn't that big of a D&D fan. Don't get me wrong. Right. Don't get me wrong, but yeah. See, look how nice these are looking, right? See, look. Yeah. Alright, don't get me wrong, I got a few things hanging around. I mean, I got some earthlings growing, though. I'm just kind of laying this more wild right now. Right. But yeah, you can see that I'm supporting the leaves up higher. Get some airflow in between these layers right here. Right? Like, I'm actually... Right now, I haven't been pruning any of the suckers off of this, right? On the sides. Yeah? Because I need a little bit more growth out of them, right? Before I start pruning. Like, because I'm not sure how... This growing season might be short for me, so I'm not quite pruning that much. I mean, I'll prune the bottom a lot more right now, but I'm not pruning the suckers off yet. You know, I might prune the edges, right, and stuff like that. The far edges of the flowers, the tomato plant. Right? And I got some other ones around here. Among some other things, right? You know, I got some other things laying around, right? Stuff like that. You know, can't forget these guys. Some of the lilies. This ain't the main patch, by the way. This ain't the main batch. This is something else I have laying around, right? As I check up on some other things that I have. Let's see. I'll show you guys right here. See? Look. There's the sunflower right there. Yep, that's the sunflower right there. Beside my lily plant. Oh, there's another sunflower right here too, apparently. Apparently I must have added more seeds in than I thought. And whatever. I can always prune them or kind of do something, right? I'll just let it grow for now. I can tone the bath. after we're getting so antsy to seeing spring, I'm like I don't want to prune them off yet. Right? It would be different if it was like May right now, last month at this time, for the same month, like May 12th, right? But it ain't, right? It's June, right? So I gotta grow what I can grow here. Let's see. I'm gonna drop back inside. Oh, I see my 5-gallon bucket challenge plant right beside me. Oh, I'm sorry, but you can't see that yet because it would ruin every other surprise scheduled video I have for this month, including today's video. And 2 weeks from now, update video. I don't know, like, I'm looking towards next month already. Next month has 5 Fridays on the 3rd, 10th, 17th, 24th, and 31st, right? Technically, I do have videos scheduled for those days at the moment, right? But like I've said to other people, including Sunflower, I may adjust the scheduling a little bit. And I think it's already 15 after. Well, it's almost 15 after, alright. I think I'll go for their 90 seconds here. So. Yeah, I see. But, Billy, like I said, I've had issues with the sunflowers this year, right? Not all of them, but some of them, right? Likely enough, I have more seed to rate. I can spare that, but, like, I've had, what's it, dampening off or thinning of the stem on it, right? And like I said earlier, if it's a thin stem, right, it's just like a very thin straw. You can't absorb more moisture. It's weaker. It's physically weaker, right? Like, some of the my more established sunflowers, their stalks are getting thicker, right? So they're more resilient, be able to handle some wind and stuff like that, right? Because they're physically stronger because the stalk is getting wider on it. Oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool, Scott. Dino food? I see. Yeah, SD. I saw Bob's videos. I've been seeing Bobby's videos on that. He actually. You know what? I'm actually surprised he's not in here because he left me a comment on my on the 5-gallon bucket challenge for the start, right? He was asking me. ACR, is this tomato? Oh, like, I'm paraphrasing. I'm like, yes, this is the tomato video, and stay tuned for the update video. Alright, that's coming up real soon. Like, real soon, because in like 45 minutes, at the top of that next hour, and I don't know why I'm still running on this live stream when I said I was gonna be like ending the stream like 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, half an hour ago. I keep going here. I'm thinking, yeah. I can. Oh, you mean bok choy. You wrote pak choy. Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm like, I know that pattern. No, I know it's possible too. Yeah. So I appreciate everyone that dropped by on the stream. Scott, Billy, Sunflower, of course, Vanessa Katie, right? Always a pleasure to see her drop in on my live streams too. And people that do drop by on those shorts or long form content and the streams too. And for people that actually drop by, and even if it's a simple thumbs up, not just a thumbs up, but like an emoji comment or hi CR, I do appreciate that too. And of course, I truly appreciate when people leave longer comments, right? Something more to say, right? And stuff like that, questions and stuff like that, right? I truly appreciate it. Alright, I think it is that time. Because I also need to charge up my phone. And I think I'm gonna go transplant something. I think I'm not gonna show the video, but I show it as a video. I'm just gonna do it because I just gotta deal with it now. But yeah, I get that, Billy. Oh, Robin! Well, you know what? You guys are lucky. Because Robin's here, because she flew in, I will go only till this hour and 45-minute mark. I was not in the stream, Robin. Like, clearly, I'm not ending the stream because Scott came in. And I don't know I'm not in the stream because Robin came in, right? Okay, 45 minutes. 45 minutes. And that 45-minute mark, which is a 2.5 minute warning now. This is like, hi, Robin. How you doing? Yeah, well, you're lucky there, Robin. And I'll give this slight little bit of time, only because I know you haven't been into my live streams as often as other people, so I'll give you the benefit. However, you'll have to rewind because I have the DVR function available for the stream, where you could see some of the plants, right? And if you know how you can make it up to me, Robin, you can watch today's video. It's about gardening. I'm just saying. It's about gardening. It may sprout your interest. Literally. Like, it actually should sprout your guys' interest. I'm 100% guaranteeing that. Yes, I can't know. You will see it in, like, 40 minutes from now. Right, now we got Billy, like, falling over and rolls around whimping. Oh, look who it is. It's CB. Hi. I appreciate that, Robin. Hi. Look who it is. It's CB, guys. Like, is this, like, the new trend? Hey, YouTube, are you just sending, like, notifications, like, in the last minute of everyone's streams? You always notice that there's always, like, no matter what, and this happens to me too. I do it too. At times I show up at the last minute, 2-3 minutes of the live stream. I'm like, yes, I made it to the last, right? I made it for the extra last little bit, right? Of course, right? Of course. Now I know how it feels. Oh wow, Robin. Really? I'm a little behind on your videos. Maybe I'll try to. You know what? I'll try to drop it on it. Yeah, you made it, Hugo. Robin, since you took the time to drop by, even on the last minute, I'll give you some of my minutes, some of my time too. right? Because, like, you guys that make content, right? If you guys actually come by, I will try to come by too and return the offer too. Because you guys spare me 5 minutes, I think I can spare 5 minutes to you folks, right? You know what I mean? Like, scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, right? Watch my back, I'll watch yours, right? That kind of thing, right? As much as possible. See, I'm already over that hour 45 minutes mark, right? Yeah. All right. It is that time. It is definitely that time, or else I'm never gonna finish. I'm never done finish the stream because everyone's gonna keep dropping in. I swear at this rate, I'll get like Shawnee dropping in or something, and I'll be like, oh, I might as well go on. It's like the next thing. Hey, I thought Sierra was gonna go end the stream, right? And it turns into like an 8-hour stream, and and I'll be like, oh. And the next thing I know, my battery's dead on my phone. Anyways, folks. This is the time now. Well, she was live last night. Billy, you missed that. I managed to catch half an hour of it. I made some time. So, anyways, things are changing out there. We all know it is at times, right? So do what you can out there, right? That skill that you're gaining, that knowledge that you're gaining, right, comes through experience, right? Gardening, trying stuff out, and trying to apply the knowledge, right? And trying to help someone with the experience, with that knowledge, that skill you do have, whatever it is, right? Could be survivalism, could be the gardening aspect, right? Whatever it is, right? And when possible, try to help someone out. Until the next time, everyone. Oh, and make sure you watch the video that's coming out in about half an hour, 35 minutes at the top of the hour right now. Until the next time, take care, everyone. Later, everyone. Oh, and coffee, too. Take care, everyone. Later.